Hey guys, welcome back. This is going to be, believe it or not, only part number 4 for the Space Duel. Haven't done a lot to it other than build the cabinet because I was waiting on parts. So I want to take apart the power brick assembly and the coin door so that we can get them sanded down and painted. And then I don't have another big blue capacitor right now. I'll probably have to order one. I'll double check and make sure I don't have one. That one still might be okay. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyways, let's tear this down first. And then we'll do the coin door. Now there's a few things on this you got to be aware of. Okay. First thing is on your fuse holder here. Okay, you have 2 orange wires, okay? Second orange wire is orange with a green dots on it. The first wire is orange with a white stripe. Now that's important because the orange with the white stripe goes to a 4 amp fuse. The orange with the green dots goes to a 20 amp fuse, okay? Now the 2 reds don't matter. They're both 4 amp. So if you were to take them off and switch them around, wouldn't make a difference because they're both the same fuse value. And then your last one is your yellow, which is another 4 amp. So you have 4 4 amp fuses and 1 20 amp. So that's just something to keep in mind there, so you don't get those back mixed up. So this should come apart a lot quicker than the MCR. Now this is like some sort of a jumper adapter. I don't really know all of what that does. Now we're going to paint this gold. It was originally like a goldish material, like a anodized. I'm going to tape off these stickers and hopefully be able to save them. Fuses are actually pretty good. I'll probably just clean them up on the wire wheel, to be honest with you. No point in wasting them if they're still good. Okay, we've got a Phillips screw here. I believe there's a nut on the back side of that. All right, take this guy off. I'll try to save all the stickers if possible. Oh, that's loose already. All right, just flip her over. I am going to take a picture of this. Look at this. That's touching that. It could have happened when I loosened it, yeah, but it was so damn close to that metal. Do I need to take a picture of that? I think I can just leave it connected. This guy here is just a jumper. Which actually, I can leave that connected too. don't even know why I was taking those screws out, because I could have unplugged them. This Phillips sucks. These are by far way less involved than an MCR one. I think this big blue's been changed at some point. Positive is orange, purple is negative. Just verifying it before I took it apart. I think I'll just clean this up for now if I don't have one in the basement, which I don't think I do, but you never know. All right, so we do have to take a couple wires off of this. All right, orange and orange right across from each other. So those I should be able to just take off. I do not think that's gonna matter. Because this is your plus and your negative. This is a bridge rectifier, if anybody doesn't know that. All right. A lot of people just take these things and put them right in the game, all rusty and filthy looking. I don't like that. Man, that one don't want to go down. The hell? That one went. Only one side usually has the spring-loaded part. And this one, actually no, this one has both sides. It just doesn't want to go. And I have to take out just this yellow wire, which this yellow wire goes directly across from the other yellow wire. But I don't have my tool out here, so hopefully I can get it out. I might have to go grab my tool, but I might be able to get it out with a little pick. We have a pinball show this weekend in Cleveland, Ohio. I don't know if I'm going to go or not. I don't have anybody. Everybody's busy this weekend. I don't know if I want to drive down there myself or not. Debating. Depending on how much time I have, probably. I think it starts tomorrow, though. I wonder if Arcade Jason's going. I'll have to ask him. I usually never have to paint the insides of these. They're never rusty. It's always the outsides. It'd be cool to send these out and get them anodized, but I don't know. Should see if I can get some anodized paint from the parts store, actually. They do sell anodized paints. I bet you they probably have it in gold. I might go to the parts store and look. Okay. Gotta get that one yellow wire out of the plug. And then we gotta get this fuse holder off here. Is it too tight? Of course. And then I think we are ready to do the coin door. I forget what size that is. I know it's pretty big. I might just be able to grab a pair of pliers. Two brown wires go on this. And this is a 7-amp fuse. I think that's higher than regular Atari games. I think the Vector games, the fuses are higher. Not positive, don't quote me on that. I'd have to look, but I think they are. Because I don't remember this being a 7-amp on a regular Atari game, but I could be wrong. I know my pliers are a little overkill. Now these nuts have a weird flat spot in them, believe it or not. Don't know if it'll focus, but there's a little notch out, and that helps you slide it over the terminal. All right, let's see if we can get this out with my pick tool, or I could just jab myself in the hand. One or the other is going to happen. or I got to go in the damn house and get my kit. Rather just pop it out. Oh, I might have got it. Nope, not yet. Worst case scenario, I could just repin it too. Which is looking like I might have to. Now I gotta walk to the house, to the basement. I will return. All right, I went and got my tool. These you can buy on Amazon. They're awesome. I like these ones because they have, they're individual and they have handles on them. And we're gonna need the biggest guy, the biggest one here. And you just slide her in here. Which I bent it a little bit. Trying to be lazy. Just got to close it up a little bit. Should have cut the damn thing. There we go. I got it. That bad boy was in there. All right, this is a part. Put this back on. Take this out. Okay, I'm done with that for now. We'll sand that. I'm going to take the coin door apart in high speed because I've done so many of those, I know them. I don't do these all the time, so I wanted to record it so I could see stuff if I needed to for some reason. Got confused on where things go. So I'm going to grab the coin door now. All right, that coin door kicked my butt because somebody tried to take the doors off previously and stripped out all 8 Phillips screws. So that was a pain in the ass, but I got it. If you see here on these doors, see all those little humps and bumps? That's all rust underneath the powder coating. So I'm gonna take these outside and start stripping them down and getting them ready for paint. So I don't know what recorded and what didn't because the camera quit recording. But I've been sanding these down using a hamburger disc is what they call them. It's for stripping. On the outsides of the coin doors, I always strip all the paint off because if you don't and you leave some of the old texture, it'll never match the new texture. So I always go a little bit more. And then on the insides, I just get anywhere it's rusted. So I'm gonna go ahead now and sand this with 180 grit on a DA sander. Okay, there's a little bit of rust pitting on this. The only way to get it off would be to sandblast it. But these parts weren't bad enough to really sandblast, so I'm gonna use some of this stuff. Rust converter, you can get it at Harbor Freight. It actually works really good. And just put a light coat of this on, let it dry for a little bit. I still have to take apart the volume knob and test switch panel. We're gonna do that next. But I'm gonna spray this on here now to let it dry. So what it does is it goes on clear, okay? And it's going to take any of the rust that's left embedded in the metal, it's going to turn it black. Just make sure you coat everything real good. Not to the point where you're going to run it, but you want to get it coated to stop any of that little bit of rust that's left. You could already see it changing color. See how much darker it has already gotten? So now we can go over here and take apart the volume panel. It has the volume knobs and stuff, and do that. That's probably pretty rusty too. Nah, not horrible. I almost wonder if there's a different coin counter I can get because this one's pretty screwed up. I could clean it probably. And then we got to Scotch-Brite this. And then we're just about to the point where we're ready to start painting some of this stuff. I could actually probably clean the coin counter up. It's either been rolled over or it hasn't worked for a long time because it only has 8 on it. So either it's been rolled over and started back over up to 8, or it just hasn't worked. We could take this apart actually and fix it and just paint it silver. Maybe we'll just do that. Show you how to take it apart real quick. Jesus. This thing has seen some serious moisture in its day. Get all these parts done, get them put back together. We start putting Space Tool together this weekend while working on all these loose parts for Cinestar, for Sinistar and Robotron. I kind of combined Robotron and Sinistar together. Oh boy. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to peel these off. I have new ones. All right, that's ready to get sanded. These just need some Scotch-Brite. They're in good shape. Let's pull this apart. So you have two bent tabs on these guys. All right, so if you just straighten out these two tabs, the outer shell should come off. Like that, we can sand that down. We'll lose the sticker, but it happens. And the rest of this we'll probably just leave together. Maybe just spray paint these edges silver, and that's it. So I'm going to sand this down and this down, and then I got to Scotch-Brite this stuff. All right, I'm gonna start painting the backs of everything. These I could just do the fronts. And I'm gonna run to the parts store afterwards. Using the Krylon 5X all-in-one matte black. Back of the vent is in really good shape, just needs a light coating. I scuffed it down with the Scotch-Brite pad lightly. On the back of this, I left a little residue where those two plastic pieces go that hold the two zip ties, so that I could put them on the same angle and everything as what they originally were. So the little bit of residue that's on there, I'll be able to see. And this is all this needs for these parts on this side. Let them dry, flip those couple pieces over. Now we're gonna do the back sides of the coin door. First, look at this, guys. See that? See how it's now took on a purplish tint and how all the rust is now black? It's good to go. So I'm gonna put a light coat on the inside of this and then do the two back sides of the coin doors. Hinges are a little stiff. A little bit of flaking powder coating on the edges here. Get that off. So that rust converter stuff works really well. Now we have to texture the outside of this. We'll use the textured Krylon paint. Now in here, unfortunately, you can only spray so far. I might have to do the outsides of this, everything but the back. I did have to sand off the Atari sticker that was on the top because there was a bunch of rust underneath it. And I would rather not have the sticker than have a bunch of rust underneath the sticker. Missed. I need to soak that wiring harness in a bucket of soapy water or simple green. Let that soak tonight and tomorrow so that that'll be ready to go as well. This Krylon paint dries so fast. I'm gonna have to move these in when I go to the parts store because it's becoming dark, starting to get dark, and it's been going down to like 45 to 50 degrees at night. If I leave these out, A, I have bare metal on the other side, and B, it could screw the paint up. You know what, I'm gonna put one more coat on these. You know what? Why not? I got to leave for a little bit anyways. They're just going to sit here and dry. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to see if they have some gold anodized paint for the power supply. Really, that's about it. I mean, we got to do the silver piece for the coin counter. But other than that, that's about it. I mean, everything else is pretty much ready to go. I might need to do a little black on this, but I don't think I want to. It actually looks pretty good because it has all the original writing on it. I like to try to save that when I can, so I don't think I'm going to touch that. We're just going to touch the edges of this with some silver, and we're going to paint this silver. This has very minor rust on it. I'm just going to knock it off with the Scotch-Brite pad. All right, I'm going to get this stuff moved in, and then I will be back, and we'll get the other sides of this stuff painted, and we will finish up this video so that this weekend we can start getting Space Duel together. Wouldn't it be cool to actually see Space Duel on the monitor this weekend? I think it would be really cool. So, all right, I'll be back, guys. All right, I'm back from all my stores. 5 stores later, I'm back home. I bought a case of Krylon Matte Black. They're like $7 a can, so not bad. You got to go to Lowe's if you want to get it cheaper. I bought a couple rolls of blue painter's tape. Now, this is for houses, okay? So this is not as sticky as the automotive tape that I use, the yellow stuff. I'm using this on the Robotron and the Sinistar because I don't want it to stick really well to the Krylon paint. I picked up a thing of red for the Sinistar and for Robotron. This looks like a real close match, and I'll show you the blue that I already have as well. Went to O'Reilly Auto Parts, picked up another thing of glaze. And I did find the gold paint. So this is anodized high temp coating, gold. So hopefully this will look pretty good on that power supply. I'm not sure. Never tried it before, but we are going to try it. Let's look at this red and blue that I have. The blue I already had from when I restored Jump Bug. So I sprayed a little blue on Sinistar to see how it matched. And if you look right here, this is the blue I sprayed, which I think that's pretty damn close because you got to keep in mind that this is sanded and it's duller. If I wet it with my finger, see that? Where I wet it, it's almost 100% match. And this red I got another matte finish. I like getting the matte finish when I can because I'm going to put a matte clear over top of it. I did not get silver. I got to see if I have any automotive silver. If I don't, I'll pick up a quart of it. So this is the red I got, which I think once again is going to be another really good color match. Oops. That was an epic fail. Wipe that off. Let me wet this next to it. It's pretty damn good. That's still wet. Once that dries, it's going to be about dead on. So I still have a couple cans of this blue. So the blue is called Patriotic Blue. And the red is called Red Pepper. Okay? So now I have the right colors for the Robotron and Sinistar, blue and red. Let's go ahead and flip these parts over. I'm actually going to open the overhead garage door so I don't have to breathe in this stuff. And we're going to flip all these parts over and put a coat of black on the other side. Now, none of these parts are getting textured paint. These already have a texture built into the metal. And I'm not even putting any more coating on these ones. These ones are all done. So I need to coat this and that. I'm not wearing a mask right now, but this should blow out the door pretty easily. Put on a light coat. If anybody is ever missing one of these vents for the top of one of your Atari cabinets in the roofing section at Home Depot and Lowe's, they have one almost identical to that. You can get it in brown or white and you can paint it black. I've had to do that before. But they have one that's real close. Earlier, I forgot to paint the back side of the ring of the coin door. So I did that off camera before I left. So the back side's been sprayed. This box is done, except for this spot right here. So I got to flip it over. But I don't want to put it on this one because I'm going to be spraying that textured paint on those doors. So I'm going to stick it over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take those other parts and kind of just put them right inside of here. Like that. And they're not, I don't have to set them somewhere else for now. We can put a coat of black on the back here. That's all it's going to need because it still had the original black paint on it. I'm just going to blow on one more light coat on this stuff, and these parts are done. Beautiful. So that's all done. So now we got to flip over these and put some textured paint, which I got to go grab that. Go grab the texture. Okay, we're using the Fusion all-in-one, and it says textured finish. And this I have really good luck with. It's a nice light to medium texture, and I like to stay away from the panel. Kind of just dust it on, a couple light coats, and this can go right over bare metal. You do not have to have primer. Now, I always top over it with some regular matte finish Krylon afterwards. The key to this stuff is don't put it on real heavy. Don't bury it, okay? Because if you do, you're going to lose some texture. And when you put your Krylon over top, your matte finish or your satin finish, whatever you like, once again, don't bury it. Don't go crazy with it. Just light coats. So we'll let that dry for a minute or two. We'll put another coat on. I need to start taping off this power brick here. I'm just going to use some of that tape I bought tonight. Now, I don't know how this gold paint's going to look. I have no clue. But my table's a mess. I don't really want to clean it because I kind of have the parts separated from one side to the other. I do need to get silver paint out for the coin counter. So let's tape this up here. I'll zoom in a little bit. People like me to zoom in on taping and stuff. So we're going to zoom in so you guys can see a little bit better. So I'm going to take a little bit of this blue painter's tape. Now, once I spray this, I want to get this tape off as soon as possible because you run the risk of it peeling the sticker, and I hope that does not happen. It could happen, yes. I hope it doesn't. Wouldn't you know, I don't have a razor blade sitting over here. Every other time I have one sitting over here. Go grab a razor blade. The only other thing I need to do tonight after I paint this and texture those doors a little bit more and put some matte on it is I'm going to get a 5-gallon bucket out of my van, and we're going to put the wiring harness in it and soak it. I think I'm going to go to the pinball arcade show tomorrow night in Cleveland. It's about an hour from here. I think I'm going to run up there. I don't know if I'll be going by myself or if I'm going to meet somebody up there or what, but whatever. I've never been there. Kind of want to see what it's like. Supposedly it's arcade games and pinball, so you just stick the tape over top. These silver stickers are a little bit harder to see, but if you take your fingernail, you can feel the edge of it, okay? I don't have much of fingernails, but the fingernails I do have, if you take them, you can kind of run your fingernail along the edge of the tape, or the edge of the sticker, okay? And once you do that, now this doesn't apply for the cabinets, this is just on these stickers on this type of setup. Once you do that, you got a good idea where to cut. And you don't have to go crazy pressure, just light pressure. Just drag the blade along it lightly. And that's something you just got to kind of learn. I used to do a lot of graphics and stuff on cars and stripes, and that's something you have to really learn, because on a car, if you push too hard, you're going to go right through the base coat into the primer. And at that point, you're going to be probably pretty pissed off. I'm actually going to cut this in half. Use it half. Now, another thing to do is take one factory edge of your tape and place it on the edge of the sticker. That's one less side you have to cut. That makes sense? I messaged Arcade Jason earlier. He hasn't responded yet. He must be sleeping. He must be counting PCBs in his sleep. Sometimes he's up all night putting those PCBs together that he sells. I heard from him earlier, but I need looking for a joust cabinet for the guy that's getting the Sinistar and Robotron and Centipede. Now he wants a joust, which I know where there are a couple, but I don't know that I want to drive that far. Yep, well, see you later. Hang on. Now you guys just threw up. All right, let's go finish up those doors. You don't have to put paint over top of the texture paint. I just do it to kind of make sure I hit it all. See how those are already looking, how good those are already looking? And I also like to go in multiple directions. Like now I'm going on an angle. Let's go on an angle the other way. All right. You zoom in and see if you can see the texture yet. See that? Looks pretty damn good, doesn't it? Ah, shit. I forgot to look at Lowe's if they by chance have the screws as small as these are on these coin doors to hold it to the frame. Because literally they're stripped to shit. They strip the shit out of them when they put them on. Alright, now I'm just going to lightly dust a little paint over top. And these are done. I like to put the paint on while the texture is still a little bit wet, just to kind of get it all to blend together. So now we're done with that. Now I need to set up this gold. Well, let's give it a shot. This stuff is $15 a can at O'Reilly Auto Parts. It's not cheap. But they make a purple, and it matches the speaker grills on a Rockola jukebox. I don't know if I'm supposed to be going over a different color or not, because I am currently seeing no change. Am I doing this wrong? Prep, shake, apply. I don't know. Oh shit, I need safety glasses. Do not stick pin or wire in can opening. No shit. Well, I mean, it's working very, 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 very slowly. I don't know how it's going to work because we have discoloration from rust. So this might not work. We might be going with the gold paint. I'm going to go get some silver for that meter. Using my high heat Krylon aluminum. We use this box. Not using the spray booth because I got that car in there right now. And I'm just about out of silver too. I gotta buy some more silver. But this stuff covers like a dream. Tell you what, man. Light coat and you're good to go. This I'm gonna try to carefully just miss these corners here. That's it. Hit this a little bit more. Okay, that can dry. That is done. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the gold yet. It's not working. See all that discoloration from rust? I don't think it's not gonna cover that, I don't think. I don't know what to do because if I put regular gold paint, I don't think putting this over top is going to make a difference. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't have the answers. But what sucks is these stickers are going to be on there for a while. I guess I'm going to put some gold over it. The more I think about it, I don't know if I have enough silver, but I'm going to try this silver. I don't think I have enough. But I'm going to put the silver and then maybe the gold over it because this gold is meant to go over chrome or stainless. If I can just get this thing to be all one color with silver, maybe the gold will make a difference. Now, I'm using same product, Krylon to Krylon. Well, I had enough silver. It's getting too damn cold out here. Let that set for a few minutes. I'm gonna go grab a bucket. I had to bring those parts in and shut the door. It's getting too cold. So I'm just gonna take this harness, throw it in the bucket. And I'm gonna go fill it up with some water and Simple Green. And I'm just gonna soak it just like that. There it is, soaking. Let me do the comments now before people get to do it. Oh my God, you can't put wiring and electronics in soapy water. You're gonna destroy it. You're gonna ruin the gold. Whatever gold they're talking about, I don't know. But yeah, you can soak it, guys. It's like driving your car. What do you say? I can't drive my car in the rain because the wiring will get wet. Yeah, let's see what happens with some of this gold now. It's doing something. We'll let this dry and we'll put another coat on. I don't usually like putting paint on this thick, but I don't really have a choice. I mean, it's definitely looking a little better. Seems like it's not drying very well. This might be a complete disaster. I don't know. It's turning golder. Guess I'm not going to be able to untape the stickers tonight. I'm going to do one more coat off camera here in a few, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Kind of right now on the camera, it looks green. All right, that's it. It looks okay. It's not exactly what I was planning, but you know what? You never know unless you try. Am I going to leave it? Yeah, it'll be fine. But, you know, you got to try new things because it might be something really cool. And these look really good too. See that texture on them? All right, well, everything's pretty much, yeah, everything is painted. I got to clean up that power supply. Got to clean up that plastic over there. Wiring harness is soaking tonight. So basically, tomorrow I can take all this stuff and bring it in the basement. We do have to put the power supply back together and the coin door. So I'll probably do that out here. But then I can go in the basement and we can start putting together Space Duel. I really, really would like to have that thing up and running by the end of the weekend. I am off tomorrow, but I do have to work on the car all day tomorrow. And then I'm more, like I said, I'm probably going to go to that show tomorrow night. And then I still have Saturday and Sunday. So hopefully we can have Space Duel playing on that cabinet this weekend. That would be awesome. I already have the wiring harness and everything for the, I don't know if it's on. I have to look. It might not be on the control panel yet, but I do have everything for it. So we should be good to go with that. So thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate it. This is part 4 of the Space Duel. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to have that thing up and running by the end of the weekend. So have a good night, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.